Hello and welcome to this video, which will demonstrate the steps of creating your introductory portfolio for this class. We're going to create the portfolio in Google Drive, which you have access to automatically through your UALR email account. So if you just log on to that email account and go over to the right-hand side, click on the Google Apps icon, which looks like a little Rubik's Cube for all you 80s fans. You can go down to Drive, click on that icon, and that will open up the drive. If you use it often, you're probably not watching this tutorial, but it will look like this. If you don't, this will be empty. You'll just go over here to your New button, click on that, and then select Folder. You're going to title that with the title of this assignment, Portfolio, and your last name, and click Create. So you'll see the folder appear. You can just double click on that and it opens up your folder space. Now you're going to need to go to wherever you collected your materials at. In my case, they're in my Dropbox, but it could be in a flash drive or wherever. And I use a Mac, so yours might not necessarily look exactly like this if you use a PC. So I'm going to look at my master's thesis for my creative nonfiction masters. I want to work with some of those pieces hypothetically if I have time in this class, but you will definitely be collecting a variety of your work to put into this. So I'm going to select, let's see, I want to work on that one, that one. I'm just dragging and dropping files from where they are into my portfolio. So I'm going to select, let's say, 4 of these pieces that I'm going to work on or that I want to share in my portfolio. Again, you can select as many as you like. I'd like you to pick at least 3 things that you've worked from before. And again, these are all handily arranged because I wrote a master's thesis on this. That was a memoir, but you might be pulling these from different files or different places. Okay, so, and those are all handily titled with the names of the texts because I had to, again, do this for a thesis. So, I now have 4 files in my portfolio. They're all Word docs, which will not work because I would really like them to be Google Docs so I could go in and possibly insert comments. So we're going to practice transforming these into Google Docs. So just click on the name of a file and go up here to this icon that says More Actions. Click on that icon and select Open With and Google Docs. So it should give you a little spinny wheel and in a few seconds it will open that. It will keep the doc, whatever that was your original file name, in your title, which is fine, or you can erase it if you want. And then you'll just click on this folder here. Make sure it's in your introductory portfolio, which it should be. Once you do one, you can just, it should be fine for the rest. And then you can just click off of that and you will see your old Word doc and the new Google Doc. So if you want to, just for convenience space, you can go back in once you've modified those and just delete the original Word doc. So now you should have, once you've done that process, how many ever Google Docs in your folder that you are submitting. The final step is to go in and create a Google Doc that is your kind of reflective letter that goes along with that. So just go over to New again, click New and Google Doc. If you haven't used Google, this is going to be where we're going to work throughout the course. So getting familiar with this now is going to be helpful for future work. Just click on that name up in the upper left hand corner and title it 1.2 letter to Dr. Harris, or this doesn't, you can be creative with that if you want, it doesn't have to be that, just as long as it has the 1.2 piece so I understand what it is. Then click on this little folder again, make sure it's in your portfolio. It should automatically do that. Every once in a while it does not. And then type your letter. If you haven't worked in Google Docs, it automatically saves to the drive, so you don't have to save, and then you can click off at any time and you'll see that that letter is here in your portfolio. So once you have done that and you are finished and ready to submit it to me, you are going to need to share your portfolio. So click on this blank space here just to make sure you're in your portfolio as opposed to being in a document. Make sure none of those titles are highlighted, and then just go to your share button up at the upper right hand side, which looks like a little person being hit in the head with a plus sign. Click on that and share it with me. My email auto populates if you just start typing in my name. I have two email addresses. This first one should be the only one that comes up. Or you can just do H.A. Harris and get that. Make sure that this can edit icon is selected, and then you can add a note to me if you have any questions or issues or things you want me to look at, just to say hi, and then you can click send and that will share it with me. When you go back into this portfolio in the future and click on share, you should see that it is actually shared with me. I just shared it with myself, so it's not going to show that because that would be a strange feature. And then I will get it through my email. Ta-da, there it is, and I will open it and I can see your work. We're going to work in Google Docs all term, so hopefully this gives you a good introduction to that. These are the pieces we'll be working with, so we can work directly in this portfolio if you would like. If you have any questions about this at all, please email me, haharris@ualr.edu, and I look forward to working with you in this course.